Hi, I'm Leo. Welcome to your January 2020 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, if you're watching this when I first posted, I'm actually not going to have personal readings available at that time, but when we physically do move into the month of January, I will open them back up by then. So just check out the description of the video for more details on that. As far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. Past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through those, we'll pull some oracle cards to get some additional insight on the situation. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As for the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Alright, so getting started with past energy on your side, we have contemplation. So this is actually the equivalent of the hermit card. So for some of you, this could just be saying that you were taking a lot of time to think things through internally, maybe not actually expressing your feelings to someone. It looks like at the very least they were on your mind, but you just might not have been communicating that. And even though this is showing up in the past energy, this could even just be pointing to the fact that you're going to be having a full moon eclipse in your 12th house. So maybe that's what has you going a bit more inward right now. But yeah, this could even be someone that you work with as well, given that this is an energy of Virgo, which is the sixth house of work, and you have plenty of energy going on there. Because for you guys, your sixth house is Capricorn, and there's tons of energy there. Jupiter just got there. We've had Saturn and Pluto there for a while now, the south node, so there's plenty of energy in your sixth house. And this could just be saying that maybe there's someone that you work with that you're actually developing feelings for, but maybe you're just trying to think about, if you want to move forward with them or not. Or maybe even just saying that you're focusing heavily on finances and thinking about whether you want to incorporate a relationship into your life. Past energy on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles. So this is actually a Capricorn energy. If this is just a timeline, especially for those of you who do watch this in January, this could even just be pointing to when the sun was in the first 10 degrees of Capricorn, because that's what this represents. So that let's say the last 10 days of December, give or take a couple days on either side. That could be pointing to that, but more than anything, what I see here is someone who's a bit on the fence themselves. So it could just be saying that neither of you is really, maybe there's a mutual attraction, but at least in the past, neither of you are ready to act on it. And the reason I say that, if we look at the way that this person's approaching a woman, looks like they seem a little unsure of themselves, right? Like they're kind of reaching for her, but if you just look at their whole approach, I don't know if the body language looks like they're a little bit nervous to do it. So that could be what's going on there. And interestingly enough, we do see backs turned on both sides in the past. So, while I do see that there's some attraction there, I don't necessarily see that either of you are acting on it in the past. In the present position, we have temptation, which is the equivalent of the devil energy. So, again, this could just be pointing to all the energy we have going on in Capricorn. We already mentioned that, right? Because this does represent Capricorn energy. And not only that, there's another connection there too, where Capricorn's the natural ruler of the 10th house, and you guys, your 10th house is Taurus, and there's actually the new moon eclipse that we're going to have in a couple of days is actually going to take place, and it's going to trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So there will be that 6th and 10th house connection there too. So yeah, this really could just be, for a lot of you, this is someone that's in your workplace that you're really considering getting into a connection with, but maybe it's a bit iffy, you know what I mean? So it might have to be something that's kept under wraps for whatever reason. For others of you, if you are in a relationship, this could even be pointing to that maybe with the temptation or the devil card here, that maybe somebody might have even strayed from the connection, because again, I am drawn to the fact that their back is turned to what's going on in the connection here. So that could even be how it's played out for some of you. That, maybe there's someone new in the picture, and now you're like a little bit trying to decide, do you want to stay with the person you're with or possibly pursue something with this new person. Present energy on their side, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy. So again, we see more of a work theme here. So I'm definitely picking up that for some of you, this could definitely be someone that you work with. This is also an energy of being single, though. So what I could say here, now that we're seeing two pentacle energies in Raw on their side, is that if you guys did stray from the relationship and they found out about it, they might actually cut ties with you. I mean, quite literally, we see the scissor there, right? So that could be how it's playing out. Now, we do see fire in the background here too, though, which does stand out to me, though, as far as the temptation. So this could be that you guys might be in a relationship and this is someone that you're keeping under wraps right now, or again, maybe it's someone that you guys work with and maybe that's frowned upon for dating each other in your workplace. So you guys, obviously the attraction's there with the fire and then the devil energy, but could just be saying that you guys have to keep it on the low for the time being. Future energy on your side, we have tradition. So this is Taurus energy. It's the equivalent of the Hierophant. So this could just be, again, pointing to maybe whatever this was all about here. As we move into the future, you guys might actually decide that you do want to have a committed connection with them. So like I said, I could see it playing out a couple different ways. For one, this could just be someone that you've been shy about approaching. And now, the temptation could just be growing for you guys. It could most definitely be someone that you work with, seeing that I'm seeing a lot of 6th house and 10th house connections here. And for others of you, this could even just be representing that maybe somebody might have had a break in the relationship you were in. And now maybe after you, separate from them, it looks like you do want to come back and actually have a stable commitment with them. So that could be one way it's playing out. The bottom of the deck on your side, we have the 7 of Cups too, which stands out because this could just be pointing to some confusion again, right? Like we said, you could have been vacillating about, do I want to be in a relationship? For those of you who are single, right? Do I want to approach this person? Or maybe, again, if someone new came into the picture and you were kind of flirting with that idea of getting with them, right? That could just be pointing to all this energy here with the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And then timeline-wise, this represents the last 10 degrees of Scorpio. So maybe that'll give you some indicator of when this could have started. Interestingly enough, on their side in the future, they have the 7 of Cups. So it could be as simple as saying that this is the impact they have on you, given that 7 of Cups is on the bottom of the deck on your side. This is a Scorpio energy, represents the last 10 degrees of Scorpio. And so for others of you, this does represent confusion energy somewhat. So this could represent that for those of you who were in a relationship and you left, maybe you did something with someone else. So maybe the person from work is totally separate from the relationship you may have been in, right? And now you try to come back and commit to the previous person. They might be a bit confused about whether they want to do that or not, right? Especially if they did find out you were doing something and they cut you off. And now you come back and say that you want a commitment. So that could be how it's playing out for some of you. Others of you, this could just be pointing to the fact that maybe this is just someone who has multiple options, and maybe that's why you've been a little hesitant to approach, right? Maybe you know that there's someone who has a lot going for them, and maybe you're at this point where you want to have a commitment, but maybe they're the ones who don't. And that could definitely be the case too, because at the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Empress. So Empress energy, they tend to draw a lot of attention. They tend to have a lot of people that are interested in them. So that could definitely be what that's pointing to, which is saying that, maybe you decide, maybe your attraction for them is growing, right? And maybe you finally do communicate it. So this doesn't even have to be like hardcore, like marriage or anything, but this could just be you even coming out of this energy where, you've had the secret attraction for them, the temptation's growing greater and greater, right? And then finally the tradition aspect could be just as simple as you asking them out on a date, right? If we don't want to take it to the extreme. But obviously, for others of you, this can be a connection you were already in, might have left, right? Maybe got temptation thrown in the mix and went along with someone else for a bit. They might have broken up with you because of that. Now you're trying to come back and repair the connection. All right. See what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of reading from me before, I do pre-shuffle this deck before I start recording, and then we're just looking for jumpers here. So first I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if we shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I just take that as a sign to keep it moving. Since it's just a general reading, but we'll see what we get. Like I said, first we're looking for unspoken messages from you to them. Okay, nothing coming up yet, but we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from them to you. Alright, nothing seems to be coming up here either, but I'll give a few more shuffles, see if we get anything. Alright, nothing coming up there, so we'll move on to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, see if we get anything. So, same situation here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, and here I'm just looking for one card, and then we'll wrap up. Oh, there we go, got one. So, you guys got Here and Now. There's the artwork, and the number is 32. So yeah, this could, before I even look at the messages, this makes me think of what I was saying, that for some of you that maybe there's another person in the picture. And, you know, I get the feeling that maybe if you end up cutting ties to pursue a new connection, at some point you might try to come back to the old person. Or this could just be saying that maybe it is with the new person altogether. But yeah, for most of you, I feel like this would be something that you would leave and then end up coming back to the previous person. So we'll see what the actual messages for the card has to say. Okay, it says, being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. The Oracle's message, everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. So definitely interesting message there. It does make me think of that Seven of Cups energy, where, like I said, maybe you guys are just feeling some general confusion, and like I said, that could definitely be the case with a full moon eclipse happening in your 12th house in January. That's, you know, going to be pretty intense. So maybe that's what these energies are pointing to there. Alright, the relationship message says it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone, and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. So, interesting message there, where this could just be saying, again, maybe you guys have hit a bit of a rut in your current relationship, right? For those of you who are in a relationship, and maybe that has you romanticizing this new connection, right? Thinking about, oh, if I was with this person, it'd be amazing, right? But could just be saying after all that, you end up right back at square one, and maybe that's what the Seven of Cups energy is pointing to. And then in the process of doing that too, then your person, if you do try to come back now, they might be the ones who are like, well, I don't know if I want to go back to you after that. You know what I mean? So just something to be mindful of there. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.